It is pretty damn late right now, 10:30 on a school day. I have a math test tomorrow, and instead of studying, I'm gonna make more paper roses and keep them in my 89 degrees Celsius limited edition holiday mug. So I already have my thing of 4 ready, so I'll only need 3 squares of paper, but I'll be doing this for every day leading up to Valentine's Day, and it's currently the 6th, so I have 8 days left to go. And I'll do a tutorial, why not? So you start off with your square, you fold it into a triangle once, you fold it into a triangle again, and you fold it into a triangle again. Ooh, that's bad folding. Yikes. Well, I'll get to that. And honestly, I'm not doing very well. I have not been doing very well at all. I don't think I ever have been. And stress is real, and so is doom scrolling social media. Because if I had started this right after I got home from symphony orchestra rehearsal, then I probably could be asleep right now, but that's for losers. Anyways, once you have your 3 triangle things, you're gonna want to cut them into like little petal arc shapes, and I could theoretically trace it out with a pencil, but I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna take this triangle, fold it in half like so, and then cut half of an arc on it, which is still an arc really, and cut it in half so it looks like this. And when you unfold it, bam. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna press this against all my other triangles and then cut so they're all the same uniform size and shape. Anyways, just more about life. I feel I'm like doing so much in my head, but doing so little in real life, because like there's just so much more I could be doing with my existence that I'm literally not. And everyone else around me is like doing everything because, you know, hustle culture, get into that good college, get a girl. And I want to get into a good college too, but honestly, I do not think I'm doing enough. Oh shit, why does it not? Oh, there it is. So anyways, these aren't even at all. But once you have your 3 petal shape stuff, you're gonna want to line them up at the bottom and snip off a tiny piece from the end. These petals really aren't even. Really tiny. That flew everywhere. And when you unfold them, it's already a flower. How beautiful. Now that I have these, I'm gonna cut the first one. I'm gonna cut one petal out, and honestly for this one, I just pick the petal with the least amount of notes on it, like the boringest one. And for the next one, I'm gonna do the same thing, cut out the 2 most boring petals, because these are gonna be the inside of your flowers, so you can't really see how boring they are. And for this one, cut out the 3 most boring petals. And if you're wondering what am I using to do this, it's my old sheet music for oboe, the instrument that really makes me want to shoot myself. And I already have this because I was making them earlier, and for usually you use 4 squares and make 4 flower thingies, and for the 4th one you just cut it in half, but you're only going to use one of them, so like why bother doing 4 when I could just be reusing them. Anyways, now all my petals are here. This next step is the hardest step, and it's also the most boring and time consuming one. I recommend you get like a thin object. This is the filling of a ballpoint pen that I broke. So basically, let's start with the smallest petal first. You want to like put glue on one side and then take it and fold it in, sort of. And for now, I'm just gonna like push it down and completely crease it. But later we're gonna have to open up the pocket. I just want the glue to dry because it's a pain in the ass if it doesn't. Now, next petal. This is the second petal with only 2 petals. What am I saying? This is the second layer with only 2 petals. And again, put glue on it. Fold it over. Do that and crease it so the glue can dry and it won't fall apart when you try to put it on your stem. Also a really tedious part of the process. So now 1 and 2 are out of the way. Third layer. This one actually has 3 petals. So for this one, you can just put glue on the entire petal and completely, oh my gosh, completely cover that petal. So looks like 1 petal, but there's layers, like onion and like humans and like Shrek. And yeah, you just keep on doing that. 1 and 2, you like fold them in half and stuff. Everything else after, you just take 1 petal, glue, overlap. This is layer 4 with 3. It's really late. I didn't get sleep last night. Anyways, pro tip, put the glue on the most boring petal, so that's the petal you don't see. This is all like really old sheet music from when I first started playing oboe, like last year, 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago. Yeah, 1.5 years ago. And honestly, like, if you don't play a music instrument, maybe you should, like, I mean, if you have the financial stability, but that's like a whole nother can of worms. It's fun. You should try if you have like the means to. It's a great way to do expression. Now, my squares didn't start as squares. They started as rectangles. To make them squares, I had to cut off a strip. And when you cut off that strip, keep it, because here, let me show you some magic. This is the connecting part, right? Fold it in half, cut some off, just eyeball it. Bam. 2 rectangles. You're going to use these to make your stem. I'm going to use these to make my stem. Why am I talking like I have an audience? I swear to God, I'm going crazy. Anyways, so your ballpoint pen filling is going to be your best friend. Take it. You're going to roll your paper on this. And then unroll it. Take the pen out. But now you have a guideline, like a guide as to how you want to do this. And now you just roll it up like really, really tight. Gosh, I hate this. Tight, tight, tight. This is hard. It needs a lot of focus. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to make 1 rose. I've already made like 9, and this is my last one tonight. But it's a great way to express how much you love and care for your friends. But half the people I'm giving these roses to are not going to be my friend, are not my friends, and probably never want to be my friends. But that's all well and fine. I'm planning to make 37, and to get to that quota by February 13th, I need to be making 3 or 4 a day, which was easy last semester, and I didn't have a sport. But now that I do have a sport, it's harder. And yeah, if you saw me, that was glue. You glue it together, and because Elmer's white glue is a scam, I have to use tape too. And you tape the part you glued down nice and tight. Yay. Now you have a stick. You're gonna take this stick. There's like a slightly thicker end and a slightly thinner end because that's how it works when you're trying to roll rectangles. You're gonna take your flower first layer and you're gonna slide it on the thinner end, slide it through, push it up. Oh my gosh. That's fine. And yeah, unflatten it so it's nice and round. Yay, first layer done. That's like 6 more to go. Then you're gonna take your second layer, unflatten it, stick it on. Why is it so big? I think I've messed up. It's fine. And now for the third layer. Before we put it on, this is your best friend. You take it and you roll from the top of the petal, you roll it down like you're curling hair or something. I wouldn't know, I've never done that, but it's gonna look like that. And it's nice and curled in like a real rose petal. And then, oh, and if the opening's too small, you have scissors for a reason. Snip it off. Slide it on the stick. And basically you repeat that for everything else. 36 roses though. It's been 12 minutes already. And my projected was like 20 minutes per rose. But honestly, I think I'm getting faster because I've done these so many times. I actually did this last year too, like for my friends. And there was this one girl, like, I high-key have beef with her. Like, she literally gaslit me into making roses for her because last year I made them out of my like cranky science teacher, one of her like dictionaries and stuff, and they were like really aesthetic and cute, something like straight off of Pinterest, which was where I actually got this from. And she gaslit me and pressured me into making roses for her, 2 roses. And like at that time I didn't really know what I was doing, and it took me an hour to get those done. And like originally I was like saying no to her, like, girl, I don't have the time, and like we're not even that close, and I'm making them for you so you can give them to your friends. Like, what the fuck, do it yourself. But then she got like my other friends into it, and then they like all told me like shit like, oh well, they can't afford a Valentine's present because their family's not as well off as yours, which fucking lie, bro. I don't live, well, no, that's gonna sound so pretentious, but the community, oh my gosh, I'm gonna shut up right now. Let me think. The housing and rent prices in the place I live ain't cheap. It's not cheap. So to live here you need to be pretty well off already, and I have 3 sisters. My mom is stingy because she's an Asian immigrant parent. They all are. And yeah, I literally did not buy that like, oh, I'm too broke story at all, because girls say But like my friends were like calling me a bitch. Bewildering, I know. And yeah, they tag teamed me into making this bitch roses. Anyways, the stem, oh my gosh. First, tape. Scotch tape, my best friend. My New Year's resolution was to swear less, but I'm still swearing a lot. Anyways, tape goes around the base, so it's kind of securing the bottom layer to the stem, so it's not going to slide off. And now, see, this stem, it's really short. Yeah, it's short. So what you're going to do, take your trusty ink thing, and you're going to roll it around your pen again. Yay. Wait, shh. And you're gonna glue it down, because this time you're not gonna take the pen out. You're leaving the pen in when you glue it, but I don't know, take it out when you tape it. That's just personal preference. Honestly, this is like a bit short to my liking. Hold on. Then you find the thin end of this again. Take the head of your rose. Watch this. It's literally magic. Slide it right in. Bam. Your stem just got longer. Wish I could do this with height. Like just slip legs over my own. But like, I don't really need that. Some of my friends do. They're really short. But anyways, rose, done. And I'm gonna do this tomorrow. Actually, no. Wait, do I have time? I think I do. I think I like this little life. That was 17 minutes and 30 seconds of me making a rose out of old sheet music while talking about life and teaching you, whoever's watching this, how to make roses too. Anyways, peace out, fam. See you tomorrow. Bye.